Okay. What time did you stop working?
Yesterday I finished. I finished to at 4 p.m.
4 p.m.
Yes.
Excellent, Yana. Okay, okay, good, Yana. And then you went to the gym. And tell me, what did you have for lunch yesterday? What did you eat for lunch?
Yesterday I ate uh, healthy food,
Healthy food. Well,
healthy.
you usually eat healthy food, right? I mean,
Eh,
it's not that strange, but for you, it's like the base to eat healthy food. Okay, so
I,
yes, yesterday, what did you eat?
este, I cooked. I cooked.
I cooked. I cooked.
Cooked.
Yes,
Cooked.
yes.
Some chicken. Some
Okay.
chicken or brown chicken al horno.
Lunch. Ah, yes. Baked. Baked chicken.
Baked
Baked
chicken.
chicken.
Chicken
Okay.
with some guacamole
Ah, some guacamole. Yes.
uh, and some salad
Delicious. Yeah.
with
Very
with
healthy. Very healthy.
yes and
Very good.
I drank green juice.
Green juice. Okay.
Yes.
Excellent. Excellent. And okay. Obviously you're in Argentina, but what do you eat with here in Mexico with tortillas? But what about there? What do you eat with?
Em, em, en lugar de tortillas.
Exactly.
Ah,
Here in
okay.
Mexico, tortillas, but there in Argentina,
In Argentina is bread.
bread. Ah, okay,
Yes.
okay, okay, okay. Bread similar to the bread from Bimbo, like
Is
white bread, pan blanco, white bread.
yes, it's similar.
Ah, all right, all right,
Uh,
all right.
uh, uh, they they have others others types of pan.
Yes, okay, okay. How do you
Uh,
say, Diana? Ellos tienen, o aquí hay otras marcas. How do you say? Aquí hay otras marcas.
is
How do you say?
here, there,
Okay.
here, there, or another brands,
Other brands. Other
other
brands.
brands.
Other brands. Exactly. Here there are other brands.
There are.
Ah,
There are.
okay, okay, okay. Then very good. Okay. Okay. And then you went to the gym. And then what time did you get home?
No, yesterday at afternoon,
Yes.
remember, I fall asleep.
Ah,
And
so you didn't go to the gym.
no, I didn't go to the gym.
Very good, Diana. Okay, 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 okay. Okay, and what time did you wake up?
I wake up,
I woke up.
woke up
Very good.
at 9 o'clock.
9 p.m.
Yes, since 6 p.m.
But
to 9 o'clock or
to 9.
9 p.m. Yes.
Okay, 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 okay. Okay, so then you woke up, and then what do you do?
Bueno, we were watch a film.
Yes, very good, exactly. What movie did you see?
I saw
Very good.
I saw este action movie, an action movie,
Good.
an action movie. No me acuerdo su nombre.
All right, all right, all right. Do you like the movie?
Eh, yes, yes, I did.
Exactly,
Yes,
exactly,
I did.
exactly. Good. Very good. Okay. So, and then what time did you go back to bed?
I I went I went to bed
Yes,
at 2 a.m.
2 a.m.
or
Okay.
2 a.m.
Late, Diana, late, no?
Yes, yes.
Okay, very good, Diana, very good. Okay. And tell me, Anita, what about today? What is the day going to be like today? How is the day going to be today?
How?
Is it going to be a busy day, relaxing day,
Ah,
stressing day?
today today will be a busy day.
Very good. A busy day.
I a busy day.
Very good.
I have or
Good.
a ver, I will send
Very good.
some documents
Good.
to my uh, to account.
Okay. To your accountant.
Yes, accountant.
Okay.
Accountant.
Okay. 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 And where is he? Is he in Mexico City?
Yes, yes, he is.
All right. All right. That's very good. Okay. Okay. So today you're going to send the documents to him. Okay. And then later.
Then in the afternoon, I bueno no quiero. I will go
Very
to
good.
the gym
Good.
probably.
Okay.
Today
Okay.
today today ¿cómo sería esto? No hay clases.
Okay. Today, how
No.
is it? Today, you can say today I don't have class.
Entonces I don't have ajá, I don't have class.
Okay.
Okay.
Class of what?
Today I don't have class, but I will go. ¿Cómo es esta? Will go for workout.
Okay, to work out.
To work out in the gym.
Okay, okay. So today you don't have Zumba class?
Yes. Today
Right. Okay, okay, okay. I believe Zumba was every day.
no
Oh,
Zumba class is Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Okay, 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 okay.
Yes.
And what about swimming classes? When are swimming classes?
Uh, swimming swimming class is every day,
All
but
right.
but I don't. Ay, caray. Pero ¿cómo diría? No he ido.
I haven't gone. I haven't gone.
I haven't gone.
I haven't gone. Okay. Okay, okay. Okay, very good. Okay, and then is the swimming pool big or small?
It's a small pool.
All right, all right, all right, all right,
Yes,
all right, very good. Okay.
it's small.
And do you enjoy swimming?
Uh, I like to swim,
Very good.
but I I don't um, I don't prefer. Um,
Uh, okay.
I don't prefer it. See?
Okay. So you like to swim, but but I mean, you don't prefer. So it means that it's not of your preference to swim.
Ajá. No, I do. I don't. No,
Okay,
I
so you can
don't.
say, I like to swim. I don't know, maybe. I like to swim, but I don't enjoy it. I don't know. Eso es. I like to
Yes,
swim, but I
yes.
don't enjoy it.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Why don't you enjoy it, Anita? Why? Why not?
Eh, eh, Tal vez, a ver qué podría, maybe,
Maybe.
I prefer to drink other activities that to dance.
All right.
Uh,
I prefer to do other activities to swim. I prefer to do other activities to swim. Ah, okay. Very good. Very good.
yes.
Okay.
The sea. Oh, bueno,
Yes.
I afraid
I am afraid
to. I am afraid
of. I am
to
afraid
of sea
of the
of
sea.
what of much water.
Really, yeah.
Yes.
But why? Why are you afraid of the sea? I mean, did you have a bad experience at the sea?
Uh,
Did you have a bad experience at the sea?
no, I didn't.
Very good.
But when I s- stay
Good. Yes.
into the
Yes.
water, the sea, to see,
Yes. Yes.
I feel I feel como desesperada.
Desperate. You say I feel
Desesperada.
anxious. I feel desperate.
I feel desperate.
Very
Desperate.
good. Okay. Okay. Exactly. Yes. But for example, going to the sea is good. Many people say that going to the sea is good for your health.
Okay.
No? To breathe, respirar, to breathe the air from the sea. They say that is good. I don't know.
Okay. Okay. The in this on December
Last December,
last December. Okay.
yes,
Last December in Veracruz,
good.
I did I did scuba diving.
Scuba diving.
Diving. Scuba
Scuba diving.
diving.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. I love doing that. I really like it.
Yeah. I was very stressed.
Really? So you really like it? Come on, it's beautiful. It's beautiful to go scuba diving.
No.
No?
I was killing.
I was
killing.
kidding.
Killing. Quiero decir que me estaba muriendo.
I was dying. I was dying.
Dying.
I was dying.
Dying.
Okay. But why didn't you like the experience like that? Why? I mean, the experience, I don't know, too many people, or maybe you consider it like too much dangerous. I don't know.
I I have I have much scary.
I was too scared. I
I
was too
was
scared.
too scared. I was uh, stressed.
Okay. And then,
I uh-huh.
and did you do it? Did you go scuba diving?
Did you go?
I mean, did you do it?
Did you eat?
Did you do it?
Did, did you do?
Do it.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Uh, only no sé cómo sería slow 3 meters.
Okay.
Es decir,
Okay.
como bajé o sumergí, no
Yes.
sé cómo es.
Yes, because I dove I dove 3 meters, or I went down
I went
three
down
meters
3 meters.
3 meters. Okay.
Okay.
But 3 meters is a short distance, and
I,
go deeper, 7 meters.
it was terrible.
And then tell me, how deep did your boyfriend go? How deep did your boyfriend go?
How did
How
how
deep
did
did your boyfriend go? Mira, te lo voy a poner en el pizarro, mira. Te voy a compartir el pizarro.
okay.
Espera. Mira, how deep. De hecho, te lo voy a compartir. Mira, espérate.
Sí.
Very good. So the question is, how deep did your boyfriend go? How deep did your boyfriend go? Eso es, ¿qué tan profundo bajó tu novio? ¿Qué tan profundo se fue tu novio?
Ah, my boyfriend deep.
Yes.
Deep
You say, my boyfriend went down. Por ejemplo,
went down
pues así.
and bajó.
My boyfriend went
Went
down
down
for, I don't know, for
for
7 meters.
6 meters.
6 meters. Okay. Okay. And how did he feel?
How
How did he feel? How did he feel?
he enjoy doing scuba diving.
Scuba. Yes. Yeah, no, okay. You are from Veracruz. You must enjoy. You must enjoy. What dicen? You must enjoy water sports. No? You must
No,
enjoy water. No,
no.
you
I,
your boyfriend
I,
is from Mexico City, so maybe no. Okay, it's obvious, no. But you, Diana, you're from Veracruz. Okay.
I prefer to dance salsa from Veracruz.
From Veracruz. Exactly, Diana. Okay. Very good, Data. Very good. Okay. So let's practice. Okay, let's continue to practice. Okay, this simple past tense. Okay, I'm going to show you. Look at this. I'm going to show you one activity. Okay, and you will see it. Okay, wait a minute. I'm going to share my screen. Okay. Okay. Can you see the activity?
Yes.
Okay, for example, it says he a student 10 years ago. He is, are, was, or were.
He is was
Exactly. He was.
student 10 years.
Exactly. He was a student 10 years ago. Very good. Okay. Good.
She
Exactly. A doctor 5 years ago. She became, she is, she were.
is became.
Very good. Became. Very good. Very good. To do my homework at 9 o'clock last night. I begin, visit, visited.
Is began.
Began. Very good. Okay. Second, yes, Peter a base last night. Break,
Is
rock, began.
broke.
Broke. Secondly, broke. There is the architects modern houses in the city last year.
Wilt.
Built.
Built.
Build. Build. Exactly. Que me dijo
Build.
build,
Build.
build,
Build.
build. Yes, build. Build.
Build.
Build.
Build.
Very good. Build. Build. It says she her lunch to school every day last week.
She
She her lunch to school every day last week.
Bro.
Brought.
Bro.
Exactly, brought. Remember, bring, bring, bring. Y brought, brought,
Bring
brought.
brought.
Bring, brought, bring, brought.
Brought.
Hasta que el presente, bring, traer, bring,
Bring
traer. Y brought,
brought.
trajo, trajo, ok. Very good, ok. So she her hand with an iron this morning. She her hand with an iron this morning.
Is born.
Burnt, burnt, burnt,
Born.
burnt. Exactly, burnt.
Born.
Very good. Burnt. Se quemó. Very good.
Born. Born.
We a new house in Sinop last year.
Is bought.
We bought.
Bought.
But we bought a new house in Sinop last year. Very good. Okay.
Bought.
We some fish in the lake yesterday.
We caught.
Out. Very good, yes. Out. I a blue dress for the wedding last Saturday.
I chose.
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 Very good. Chose. Very good.
Chose.
Chose. Very good. They home late last night.
They
They home late last night.
came.
Very good. They came.
Came.
They came home late last night. Very good. Says she the vegetables and put into bowl.
Es cutted.
Sí, el presente es cut y el pasado es cut. Es igual.
Cut también.
Se
Okay.
escribe y se pronuncia exactamente igual. Okay? What
Okay.
is going to be the difference? The context. Okay? The context. Y le ponemos aquí. Y bueno, ponemos cut, ¿no? Pero como es el pasado, no lleva ese. Esa diferencia.
Okay.
Es decir, me voy a decir, bueno, pero Miguel, si se escribe igual y se pronuncia igual, ¿cuál es la diferencia? Número uno, el contexto, el tiempo de enunciar. Y número dos, si sabemos que es pasado, aquí pondríamos put, no llevará este. ¿Por qué? Porque es el pasado. ¿Sí? She cut the vegetables and put in the bowl. ¿Sí? Nos dice, I my homework, but my brother didn't.
I did.
Very good. I did my homework, but my brother didn't. Okay. My sister a picture of the horses.
Is draw.
Drew. Draw. Mira, repetimos. Draw.
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 Drew.
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 Very good. Very good.
Drew.
Drew a picture of the horses. Okay. I to be a doctor when I was a kid.
I dreamt.
Very good. I dreamt.
Dreamt.
Dreamt. Very good.
Dreamt.
Repetimos. Dream.
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 Dreamt.
Dreamt.
Dreamt. Very good. Jane, a cup of coffee for breakfast.
Drank. Jane drank a cup of coffee.
Exactly. Drank a cup of coffee. Very good. Good. Yes. My dad, his car to the city center.
My dad drove.
Drove. Very good. Good. Yes. It says, I a sandwich for lunch today.
I ate.
Excellent. I ate. Very good. Yes. He down the stairs and got injured.
He fall.
Fall. Bien.
Fall down.
Ese es el presente. Fall. Caerse.
Ah, yes.
Caerse. Ok. Ese es de fell, mira.
Fell.
Fell. Sí. Y ese, mira, feel. Feel. A ver, pedimos feel.
Feel. Feel.
Y este felt.
Felt.
Felt. Este es feel, sentir. ¿Ok? Y felt, sintió. Sintió.
Bueno,
¿Ok?
sitio.
Very good.
Presente. Ok. Pero ese pasa.
This is my sister, the cat in the morning.
My sister fed.
Fed the cat in the morning. Exactly.
Fed. Ese fed es
Es,
alimentar, ¿verdad?
exactly. El presente es feed, okay, feed, y el pasado fed.
Pero
Very good.
ese aplica solo como para alimentar animales.
Ah, no, no, no. También para bebés. Mira, te pongo en pizarra, mira, vas a ver. También para un bebé, pues. Gracias, señor. Ahí va. Tú puedes decir. I am going to feed the baby. ¿Lo puedes ver?
Sí.
Very good. I am going to feed the baby. Voy a alimentar al bebé.
Ok.
O tú puedes decir, I fed the baby. I fed the baby 2 hours ago. Y de hecho, hay un verbo especial para ellos, que es casi, mira, es breastfeeding. Perdón, o breastfeed. Breastfeed. ¿Qué será en eso? Breastfeed, ¿qué será? Se aplica solamente para bebé, para bebé.
Alimentar desayuno, no sé,
Breastfeed, breastfeed. Es un verbo y significa alimentar de pecho. Alimentar de pecho o dar de comida de beber al pecho. Tú puedes decir, es un verbo, por ejemplo. I am breastfeeding. I am breastfeeding the baby. Estoy, y se entiende tal cual como alimentar. Estoy alimentando al bebé, ¿no? O el pasado. El pasado. I breastfed the baby last night. ¿No? I breastfed the baby last night. Se alimenté de pecho anoche. Very good. Very good. Okay, so let's practice listening. Okay, look at this. Here we have some words, okay? We are going to listen an activity in the past, okay? And look at this. Let's start with the ache. What is ache? How do you say ache in Spanish? Ache. Ache.
Ache. I don't know.
Look at this. It's a verb, no? It's a verb. Ache, for example, combines with many words. For example, you can say, look at this. Stomachache. Mira, aquí está. Stomachache. For
Dolor.
example, exacto, dolor. Exacto, backache. Backache. Dolor de estómago, ok, stomachache, dolor de espalda, ok. Bone ache. Bone ache. Dolor de hueso, ok. Exactamente, dolor, ok, very good. Look at the next word, okay. The next word is alternative medicine. Alternative medicine. ¿Cuál es esta de ahorita? ¿Cuál es alternative medicine?
Medicina alternativa.
Exactly. Do you believe in alternative medicine?
I believe in natural medicine.
Natural medicine. Exactly. That is a way, or that is a form of alternative medicine. For example, look at these herbs. These herbs. Por ejemplo, la hierba, ¿no? La arbolaria. Very good. Okay, the word is look at this. Awful. Awful. How do you say awful? Awful en español. Awful, ajá.
Sé que la he visto ya.
Awful, si quieres poner en tu cuadernito, awful, horrible, terrible. Awful, horrible, terrible.
Ok.
Very good. Lo que dice bone. Bone.
Bone es hueso.
Hueso, very good, ok. Lo que dice bowl. Bowl.
Bowl es un traste.
Traste, literalmente es tazón.
Tazón.
Tazón, ok, tazón, ok.
Por tazón.
Lo que dice determined. Determined.
Determinado.
Determinado, convencido, ¿no? Very good. Lo que dice disease.
Disease es
Disease.
discapacitado.
Discapacitado o enfermedad, ok. Más enfermedad, ok. Energy, ok, dice. Energy. Energy.
Es energía.
Energía, exactamente. Y mira, de ahí se deriva una palabra que es esta, mira, energetic. Energetic, ok. For example, I can tell you, Diana is very energetic. Diana is very energetic. Con mucha energía, ¿no?
Ok.
Me ya dimos hair, ya la puse ahí, hair, hierba, ok. Lo que necesita hot, 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 hot. ¿Qué es la hot? Hot.
No, es como el de los cacahuates.
Hot, cabaña, choza.
Cabaña,
Hot,
choza.
hot,
Okay.
cabaña, choza. Lo que necesita in pain. Para que tú puedas decir, por ejemplo, I am in pain. I'm in pain. ¿Qué es ahí? ¿Qué es la in pain?
Es algo con fuerza o dolor.
Con dolor, exactamente. Tal cual, con dolor. Y si dices, I am in pain, estoy con dolor.
Ok.
Mira ese, liquid.
Liquid.
¿Qué es ahí? ¿Qué es
Líquido.
liquid? Líquido. Bien. Y le voy a poner una más que no está aquí, pero mira, está mira, thick brown liquid. ¿Qué será eso ahí? Thick brown liquid. Thick brown liquid.
Líquido café, pero no sé.
Exactamente, un líquido café espeso. Thick aquí es espeso. Líquido café espeso.
Ok.
Lo que dice miracle. ¿Qué es ahí? Miracle.
No lo sé.
Miracle. Milagro. Un milagro.
Ajá.
Lo que dice mountain.
Montaña.
Montaña, ok. Lo que dice mood.
Es lodo.
Todo. Very good, ok. Lo que dice rare.
Es raro.
Raro, único. Very good, ok. Bien, y esta ya la habíamos visto. Sick.
Enfermo.
Enfermo, ok. Piensa ahorita. Swear.
Acabo de ver.
¿Qué es ahorita?
No me acuerdo.
Ok, swear. Jurar, porque me puede decir, te juro que sí lo hice. O te juro que me siento bien o que me siento mal. Ok. Mira, village.
¿Es una villa?
Una villa, exactamente. Un pueblito, ¿no? Okay. Wheelchair. Wheelchair.
Es una silla de
Oh,
metal. No
silla
sé.
de ruedas. Ponle por ahí. Wheelchair, silla de ruedas. Wheelchair. Y esa mitad. Witch doctor. Witch doctor. ¿Qué es esta? Witch doctor.
No lo sé.
Curandero. Witch doctor. Curandero. Okay, and we are going to answer this question. Okay, for example, let's answer the question. I will read number one. What symptoms did the woman experience before seeking medical attention? ¿Qué será esto ahorita de seeking? Seeking medical attention. ¿Qué será? Seeking. Viene de un verbo. El verbo es este, mira, lo voy a poner aquí abajo. El verbo es seek. Es el verbo. Mira, y su pasado es muy extraño. Mira, su pasado es así, mira. Seek, el presente, buscar, es buscar. Y sought, buscó. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, can you please read number two? What did the doctors?
So what did the doctors tell the woman about her condition?
Very good. Okay. Number three says, why did the woman decide to seek out a witch doctor in Indonesia? Okay. Mira, aquí igual, seek out es el mismo significado. Seek out, igual es buscar. Buscar. Okay. Number four, can you please read ahí también number four?
How did the woman feel after the witch doctor treatment?
Very good. Number five, what happened when the woman went back to the hospital for the same test after receiving treatment from the witch doctor? Okay. Okay, so let's listen, okay? Voy a cambiar el modo de presentación para que lo puedas escuchar, okay?
Okay.
And obviously it's an activity about a woman, okay? All the listening is about a woman, okay? Who was sick, okay? So let's listen, okay?
Okay.
Okay, remember, first we listen, and then I play one more time, and then we answer, okay? Okay, there it is, okay. Ah, pero no activa el modo de compartir el audio. There it is, okay.
Believe it or not.
¿Sí le puede escuchar, Dina?
Sí.
Sí, okay, muy bien.
Now, I'm going to tell you a story, and I swear every word of it is true. 3 years ago, I started to feel very sick. I had terrible headaches. I felt tired all the time, and all my body ached. In the end, I went to hospital and had some tests. Well, when they told me the news, I couldn't believe it. They said I had a rare bone disease, and there was nothing they could do. They said that within just a few months, I would be in a wheelchair for the rest of my life. Well, I decided I wouldn't give up without a fight. I've always been interested in alternative medicine. So when a friend told me about stories he'd heard of a kind of witch doctor in Indonesia who could work miracles, I decided to take a chance. I sold my house, said goodbye to my friends, and flew to Indonesia. When I got to Jakarta, I took a train and then 2 buses up into the mountains to this tiny village in the middle of nowhere. When I arrived, I asked people, Yang Yang? Yang? That's the name of the witch doctor my friend told me about. Then a small boy, he must have been 7 or 8, took my hand and led me out of the village and further up into the mountains. For 2 days we walked. I was in terrible pain the whole time, but I was determined to go on. Eventually, we reached a small hut, and I could see a strange man standing outside. He was short and covered in mud or something like that. He smiled and took me into his hut. I didn't say anything. He just seemed to know why I was there. Well, in the hut, it was really dark, but I could see lots of bowls all around, each full of some kind of herb or plant or something. He told me to lie down, and he put his hands on my head and started to sing. All of a sudden, I felt a great energy come into me. He did this for maybe half an hour, and then he gave me something to drink. I don't know what it was. It was a thick brown liquid, and it smelled awful, but I still drank it. Well, to cut a long story short, I stayed there for a week. Every day, the witch doctor did the same thing, and I drank the same liquid. After a week, the boy came back. I felt so good I almost ran back to Jakarta. When I got home, I went back to the same hospital and had the same tests, and guess what? The disease had completely gone. There was no sign of anything. They couldn't believe it. Like I say, that was 3 years ago, and here I am, still strong and healthy. Amazing.
Okay, I will play one more time, and this time let's answer, okay? Pero te voy a compartir las preguntas, Anita, para que las tengas y las puedas ver. Espera un segundo, ok.
Okay.
Wait a minute, wait a minute.
Sí.
Okay, wait a minute. Very good. Into WhatsApp.
Okay.
Very good. Very good. Okay, so let's listen one more time, okay?
Believe it or not.
Now, I'm going to tell you a story, and I swear every word of it is true. 3 years ago, I started to feel very sick. I had terrible headaches. I felt tired all the time, and all my body ached. In the end, I went to hospital and had some tests. Well, when they told me the news, I couldn't believe it. They said I had a rare bone disease, and there was nothing they could do. They said that within just a few months, I would be in a wheelchair for the rest of my life. Well, I decided I wouldn't give up without a fight. I've always been interested in alternative medicine, so when a friend told me about stories he'd heard of a kind of witch doctor in Indonesia who could work miracles, I decided to take a chance. I sold my house, said goodbye to my friends, and flew to Indonesia. When I got to Jakarta, I took a train and then 2 buses up into the mountains to this tiny village in the middle of nowhere. When I arrived, I asked people, Yang Yang? Yang? That's the name of the witch doctor my friend told me about. Then a small boy, he must have been 7 or 8, took my hand and led me out of the village and further up into the mountains. For 2 days we walked. I was in terrible pain the whole time, but I was determined to go on. Eventually, we reached a small hut, and I could see a strange man standing outside. He was short and covered in mud or something like that. He smiled and took me into his hut. I didn't say anything. He just seemed to know why I was there. Well, in the hut, it was really dark, but I could see lots of bowls all around, each full of some kind of herb or plant or something. He told me to lie down, and he put his hands on my head and started to sing. All of a sudden, I felt a great energy come into me. He did this for maybe half an hour, and then he gave me something to drink. I don't know what it was. It was a thick brown liquid, and it smelled awful, but I still drank it. Well, to cut a long story short, I stayed there for a week. Every day, the witch doctor did the same thing, and I drank the same liquid. After a week, the boy came back. I felt so good I almost ran back to Jakarta. When I got home, I went back to the same hospital and had the same tests, and guess what? The disease had completely gone. There was no sign of anything. They couldn't believe it. Like I say, that was 3 years ago. And here I am, still strong and healthy. Amazing.
Excellent. How was it? Easy? Difficult? Very easy, very, very difficult.
It was difficult.
Difficult. Okay, okay. Listen, I'm going to play it one more time, but look at this. Okay, I'm going to change the way. Okay, look at this. Wait a minute. Very good. Okay, so there it is. Okay.
Sí. Doctora supervisión, ¿por qué? Y... ¿Qué dice?
Okay, let's listen one more time. Okay.
Okay.
Good.
11.2. Believe it or not.
Now, I'm going to tell you a story, and I swear every word of it is true. 3 years ago, I started to feel very sick. I had terrible headaches. I felt tired all the time, and all my body ached. In the end, I went to hospital and had some tests. Well, when they told me the news, I couldn't believe it. They said I had a rare bone disease, and there was nothing they could do. They said that within just a few months, I would be in a wheelchair for the rest of my life. Well, I decided I wouldn't give up without a fight. I've always been interested in alternative medicine. So when a friend told me about stories he'd heard of a kind of witch doctor in Indonesia who could work miracles, I decided to take a chance. I sold my house, said goodbye to my friends, and flew to Indonesia. When I got to Jakarta, I took a train and then 2 buses up into the mountains to this tiny village in the middle of nowhere. When I arrived, I asked people, Yang Yang? Yang? That's the name of the witch doctor my friend told me about. Then a small boy, he must have been 7 or 8, took my hand and led me out of the village and further up into the mountains. For 2 days we walked. I was in terrible pain the whole time, but I was determined to go on. Eventually, we reached a small hut, and I could see a strange man standing outside. He was short and covered in mud or something like that. He smiled and took me into his hut. I didn't say anything. He just seemed to know why I was there. Well, in the hut, it was really dark, but I could see lots of bowls all around, each full of some kind of herb or plant or something. He told me to lie down, and he put his hands on my head and started to sing. All of a sudden, I felt a great energy come into me. He did this for maybe half an hour, and then he gave me something to drink. I don't know what it was. It was a thick brown liquid, and it smelled awful, but I still drank it. Well, to cut a long story short, I stayed there for a week. Every day, the witch doctor did the same thing, and I drank the same liquid. After a week, the boy came back. I felt so good I almost ran back to Jakarta. When I got home, I went back to the same hospital and had the same tests, and guess what? The disease had completely gone. There was no sign of anything. They couldn't believe it. Like I say, that was 3 years ago. And here I am, still strong and healthy. Amazing.
Very good. Okay, so I'm going to share the board again. Okay, look at this. Okay. Very good. So let's see the first question. It says, what symptoms did the woman experience before seeking medical attention? Here, could you please write the answers here? Let's say answers there.
Okay.
For example, for number one.
She had a terrible headache.
Very good. Very good. Okay. She had terrible headaches. Okay. What else? What else?
He had pain. Oh, bueno,
Exactly.
pain in a body.
Exactly. She was in pain. She was in pain.
She was
Avenida, you please write down the answer here, please. Good. Exactly. No, number one is that she had terrible headaches. Okay. She had terrible headaches.
She had terrible.
She had terrible headaches.
He had.
Terrible headaches.
Ay, se me fue.
Y como dijiste, she was in pain. She was in pain.
Headache.
Ahí es headache, lo que dice. Headache, lo que dice. Headache, lo que dice. Exactly. She had terrible headaches.
Headaches. En esa misma, ¿no?
Exactly.
She
was in pain, no?
in
Pain all the time, no?
Ajá.
Ah.
All.
Exactly.
All time.
All the time. All the time. All the time. Todo el tiempo. Y tenía dolor todo el tiempo. Very good. Okay. Yes. Good. Number two. Why did the doctors tell the woman about her condition?
En la dos, she. A ver, esta es. She. She could to use one chair.
Exactly. She could stay. Exactly. She could stay in a wheelchair. She could stay in a wheelchair. Exactly. She could. She could stay. She could stay in a wheelchair. Y hubo algo más que le dijeron ahorita. ¿Cuál es algo que la alertó a ella? Uno la alertó eso, que podía estar en silla de ruedas para siempre. Pero hubo algo más que los doctores le dijeron.
She had disease of bones.
Exactly. She had a rare bone disease. She had a rare bone disease. Exactly. She had a rare bone disease. Remember. She had a rare, look at this, bone disease.
Bone.
Bone disease.
Con ese, ¿no?
Exactly. Good. Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So it says, why did the woman decide to seek out a witch doctor in Indonesia?
Because your friends and
Because
family.
her friend, no? Her friend.
Because her friends
and family.
To say no es her, es
Ajá. ¿Cómo se llama? Le sugirieron un curandero.
Suggest.
Suggested, ajá. Because her friends and family suggested
A witch doctor.
a witch doctor. Very good.
Witch doctor.
Very good. Very good. Yes. Good. That is number 3. How did the woman feel after the witch doctor's treatment?
She was, or she felt
She felt
very good.
exactly. She felt very good, okay, and with great energy. No, she felt very good and with great energy.
With
Great.
With the con.
Exactly. Yes. Yes. And
With.
Very good.
With
And great energy. Very good.
Great.
Great. And with great energy.
No. Great. Great energy.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Exactly. Very good. Very good. Very good. It says, what happened when the woman went back to the hospital for the same test after receiving treatment from the witch doctor?
Cinco they can't believe.
They couldn't believe.
Es pasada.
They couldn't. En pasado, they couldn't believe. No podían. They couldn't believe.
Couldn't believe that she was healthier and strong.
Very good. Exactly. They couldn't believe that she was very good. Couldn't believe that she was healthy and strong. And also look at the disease. The disease had completely gone. Y la enfermedad había desaparecido totalmente. Okay. The disease had completely gone. Exactly.
Okay.
Very good, Data. How do you feel the listening?
It was difficult.
Okay.
I understood.
I understood.
Understood. When I was reading.
When you saw the titles, huh?
Yes.
You understood when you saw the titles.
The titles?
When you saw the subtitles.
Yes, subtitles. Yes.
Yes, very good. Okay.
Yes.
But just by listening, and let's say, how much do you understand just by listening? 40%, 50%, 70%?
Oh, can I only listening, I understood
Very good.
that she had a terrible headache.
All right.
And she went to Indonesia or with a witch doctor.
Very good.
For suggestion from friends and family.
Family, very good. Okay.
And the finish when she came back home.
Very good.
And she she did the same test.
Very good.
She result very healthy and strong.
So in general, Jana, good. Okay, so you understood the general idea. That's good. Okay, the general concept, it's there. Very good. Okay, so
Yeah.
so it wasn't really difficult. Okay, so it was. I mean the main points. You were able to understand the main points. That's good.
Okay.
That's good.
Okay.
Okay, very good. Okay, so let's continue. Let's continue with the book. Okay, so this is. Okay, here we have, look at this finding place, okay? And look at it, this is a city, a map city, okay? This is a map city, and here we have, for example, a conversation, okay? Okay, so you are Sonia, and I am Jack, okay? Excuse me, please.
Excuse me, please. Is there a cafe with free Wi-Fi near here?
Oh, there's one on Main Street, across from the big department store. It's right up this street.
Thanks. Oh, and are there any cash machines around here?
Yeah, there are some ATMs over there, outside the bank, just across the street.
Oh, yeah, I see them. Thanks.
Very good. Mira, vamos a ver palabras nuevas, mira, for example, okay. For example, mira, mira este. Is there a café? Is there a café? Okay. ¿Qué está eso ahorita de is there a café?
¿Hay un café?
Exactamente. Hay una cafetería. Mira, tú puedes decir is there a cafeteria? Is there a cafeteria? O puedes decir is there a café. Mira, aquí te lo pongo. Ahí te pongo. Tú puedes preguntar is there a cafeteria? Okay. Or is there a café? Mira, con todo y acento, mira. Es de las pocas palabras en inglés que llevan acento. Okay. Exactamente. Is there a café? Okay. Pero aquí se refiere a un lugar. Okay. No a la bebida, ¿ok? Al lugar. Mira, esta palabra, mira. Across from. ¿Qué es eso? Across from.
A través de.
Casi, ese cuadradito, across from, enfrente de. Across from, enfrente de. Across from, enfrente. Y mira esta. It's right up this street. It's right up this street. It's right up this street. ¿Qué es eso, Anita? It's right up this street.
Es a la derecha de esta calle.
Casi. Está justo arriba de esta calle. Aquí, right, justo. Sigues poniendo tu it's right up this street. Está justo arriba. Está justo arriba de esta calle. Y se tiene que caminar hacia arriba de la calle, no hacia abajo, hacia arriba de la calle.
Es justo arriba.
Está justo arriba de esta calle.
Ok.
Mira, are there any, mira todo junto, are there any catch machines around here? ¿Qué es eso ahorita? Are there any catch machines around here?
¿Hay alguna, como cajero?
Exactamente. Hay algunos cajeros cerca de aquí, mira, around here. Cerca de aquí. Es que es poniendo cuadradito. Around here, cerca de aquí. Y me dice, yes. Me dice, yes, there are some ATMs over there. ¿Qué será ATMs, Anita? ATMs.
¿No es una marca de cajeros de bancos? Bueno,
Mira,
un tipo de
ATM.
bancos.
Son siglas, mira. Es automatic, mira, automatic teller machines.
Ok.
Todo eso no es otra cosa más que cajeros automáticos. Automatic teller machines. Cajeros automáticos. Pero en lugar de decir automatic teller machines, prefieren decir ATMs.
ATM.
ATMs, ¿ok? ¿Por qué? Por brevedad, ¿no? Okay. There are some ATMs, mira, over there. ¿Qué es esta? Over there.
Es que no es alrededor, ¿quiere decir eso?
Alrededor, no, mira. Pone muy bien, over there. Todo junto, over there, es por allá. Por allá. Over there. Por allá.
Por allá, ok.
Por allá, ok. Y me dice, outside. 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 Exacto. Afuera de. Afuera de. Outside. Afuera de. Mira, por ejemplo, just across. Just across. ¿Qué será de just across? Just across.
Enfrente.
Exactamente. Justo enfrente de.
Justo
Ponen
enfrente.
por ahí. Justo, just across. Justo enfrente de.
Ujú.
Very good. Great. Very good. Okay. 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 Mira, vamos a escucharlo. Voy a poner el modo para escuchar. Okay, so let's listen, okay?
Page 54, Unit 6, Around Town. Lesson A, Finding Places. 1. Getting started. B. Listen. Sonia is asking Jack for help. What is she looking for? Practice the conversation.
Excuse me, please. Is there a cafe with free Wi-Fi near here?
There's one on Main Street, across from the big department store. It's right up this street.
Thanks. Oh, and are there any cash machines around here?
Yeah, there are some ATMs over there, outside the bank, just across the street.
Oh, yeah. I see them. Thanks.
Very good. Okay. Okay. Voy a poner eso en el pizarrón. Entonces,
Voy a por un momento. Rapidito.
yes. Yes, 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 yes.
Ya.
Ok, voy a poner otra cosita más. Pasa a esto. Very good. Okay, so let's go to, I'm going to share the board, okay? Very good. Okay, so here it says, Can you complete the questions and answers? Practice with the partner. For example, A furniture store near here. ¿Cómo es, Anita? Hay una mueblería cerca de aquí.
Sería, is there?
Exactly, is there. I'll be right there. Is there a furniture store near here?
A furniture store
Near here.
here.
Yes, there is on Beach Street.
There is.
¿Cómo diríamos? Hay una o hay uno en la calle Playa.
There is it.
There is one. There is one.
Okay.
There is one. Okay.
One.
On Beach Street. Very good. Okay. Look at this. Any ATMs around here?
Esta es, are there?
Are there? Exactly. Very good. Yes, there are cash machines just across the street. And yo te digo, there are some cash machines. Very good. Okay.
Okay.
Oye, mira, aquí la explicación. Mira, la pregunta, mira. La pregunta. Is there? Mira. Is there? Okay. Es para singular. Okay. Por ejemplo, puede decir, is there a restaurant near here? Okay. Hay un restaurante cerca de aquí. O lo que quiera, por ejemplo, is there a library around here? Near here, cerca de aquí. Around here, por aquí. Ok. Y te va a contestar solamente, yes, there is one. There is one on. There is one on Reforma Avenue, por ejemplo. Ok. Yes, there is one on Reforma Avenue. Aquí se usa el one para reemplazar a la cosa, ok. Tú también puedes decir perfectamente, yes, yes, there is a restaurant, okay. This restaurant on Reforma Avenue. Okay.
Okay.
Para no sonar en repetición, se utiliza, okay,
This
one. Okay, there is one on Reforma Avenue. Okay. Cuando es en singular. Okay. O mira, o el negativo, que te dice no. No, there isn't. No, no lo hay, ok.
Solo así,
Ese es
¿no?
singular, exactamente. En plural, mira. En plural es are there. Are there any restaurants, okay, near here? Are there any restaurants near here? Okay. Te va a decir yes. Mira como te dice el ejemplo. Yes, there are. Okay. There are some on Reforma Avenue. Okay. Are there any restaurants here? Okay. Yes, there are some. Mira, como es plural, en lugar de decir one, te dice some. Okay. There are some on Reforma Avenue. También perfectamente puede decir yes. Yes, there are. Okay. Tú puedes decir there are some restaurants, okay, on Reforma Avenue. Okay. On Reforma Avenue.
Y puede ser directo también, así como yes, there are some restaurants.
Exactamente. Sí. Exactamente. La verdad que aquí igual, para no sonar repetitivo, ¿no? que ya sabemos a qué nos estamos refiriendo con restaurants, prefieren decir únicamente yes, there are some on Reforma Avenue.
Okay.
Okay. O el negativo, mira, no, there aren't. There aren't any nearby. Okay. No, there aren't. No, there aren't. Okay. There aren't any nearby. Mira, nearby, cercano. Nearby, cercano. Okay. Igual aquí, mira. Any. Okay. También puede ser, mira. No, there aren't. No, there aren't. There aren't any restaurants nearby. Ok, mira, pero te digo, para evitar la repetición, únicamente utilizan any. Ok.
Okay.
Ok, mira, repetimos. Location expressions.
Location expressions.
Behind,
Behind,
in front of,
in front of,
next to,
next to,
between,
between,
inside,
inside,
outside,
outside,
on First Street,
on First Street,
on the corner of Main and First.
on the corner of Main and First.
Very good. Across the street from,
Across the street from,
opposite.
opposite.
A ver, ahorita copias en tu cuadrito y les digo lo que son, ¿ok?
Voy. Inside, outside, and here's street. Ya.
Ok. Mira, behind. Behind. Detrás de. Behind. Detrás de. In front of. Enfrente de.
Ajá.
Next to. Al lado de. Junto a. Next to. Al lado de. Junto a. Between. En medio de. Between. En medio de.
Ok.
Inside. Dentro de. Inside. Dentro de.
Ajá.
Outside. Outside. Afuera de.
Ujú.
Outside. Afuera de. Ahorita. On First Street. On First Street. En la calle principal. Sobre la calle principal.
Ajá.
On the corner of Main and First. On the corner of Main and First. En la esquina de la calle Main y la calle principal. En la esquina de la calle Main y la esquina principal.
Ajá.
Ok, mira, el siguiente. Across the street from. Across the street from. Enfrente de la calle de. Enfrente de la calle de.
Ajá.
Ok. Y mira, y opposite también es enfrente de. Opposite, enfrente de.
Okay.
Okay. And aquí dice, look at the map on page 54. Complete the questions with is there, are there any. Complete answers with one, some, or any. Ah, mira, para eso vamos a necesitar el mapa. Espera, te pongo el mapa.
Sí.
Página 54. Good. It's more. And then tell me, what's the weather like today? How is the weather today there?
Today is ¿cómo sería? Como middle hot.
Okay. Warm, templado, ¿no? Today is warm. Okay.
It is sunny.
Okay. But not very cold, not very hot.
Not very hot. Yes.
Very good. Muy bien, good. And then what about pollution in that city? Is there any pollution there?
It isn't.
Okay. No?
No,
Okay.
here, bueno, aquí sería, there are
Ajá.
many, ¿cómo se llaman estos? Quiero decir árboles, se me fue.
Trees. There are many
Trees.
trees. Okay. So, no pollution.
No pollution.
Like in Mexico City, no, in Mexico City is really polluted, huh?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Very good. It's okay. So let's see. There we have the map. Okay, and here we have the comment. Let me reshare the screen again.
Okay.
For example, dice driver and mark. Okay, driver and vamos a ver si el mapa marca al chofer y a Matt. No, solamente marca a dos personas que son ellos. Okay. Y le pregunta, is there a bank around here? He said, yeah, there is one right on Main Street. On Main Street. Y dice, ahí está el banco, sí. Okay. It's, mira, the Delhi. Okay.
Main Street.
Main Street. It's the Delhi. Okay. Ese es el Sam's Delhi. A community store. Miren, mira, Delhi, esa palabra se utiliza para describir productos de buena calidad. ¿Sí? Sam's Deli and Convenience Store es la tienda de conveniencia y productos finos de Sam. ¿No?
Okay.
Dice, it's
The Delhi. It's está.
¿cómo se llama? Al lado de.
It's next to.
Very good. Ahí ponle, it's next to. It's next to a deli. Do you see Sam's Deli? Do you see Sam's Deli? Just the street. Se supone que están aquí parados. Okay. Pues tendría que decirle justo enfrente de la calle, ¿no?
Justo.
Just, ajá.
Ahí podría ir el on First Street.
¿Cómo se llama? Enfrente de. Enfrente de la calle. Opposite street, ajá, exactamente. O across from también es posible. Opposite the street o across from the street.
Opposite the street or across from the street.
Across from, very good, okay. So it's a driver. Oh, yeah. Can I park there? I mean, mira, parking lot. Eso es estacionamiento, okay. Parking lot, estacionamiento, okay.
Okay. Is there parking
Excellent.
lot?
Is there a parking lot?
Is there a parking?
Very good. He said, well, there is
A ver, hay una, dice, de banca.
dice,
Park.
del banco. Vamos a ver el banco. Ah, sí, mira. Este, mira,
Atrás.
parking, exactly. Ajá.
There
Exactly.
is one
Exactly.
just behind.
Very good. There is one. Okay.
Behind
The
the
bank.
bank.
Okay. But the entrance is
Lincoln.
exactly, yes. The entrance is
Is bueno, across from.
bueno, mira, aquí mira, aquí yo te la pongo, mira. Sería the entrance is on Lincoln. Para que diga, la entrada está sobre la calle Lincoln.
Okay.
The entrance is on Lincoln. Aquí le faltó Lincoln Street o Lincoln. Sí, es Lincoln Street, ok. Está sobre Lincoln. Cuidadita, le dices driver. Public restrooms near here. Mira mira. Public restrooms. Baños públicos. Public restrooms.
Are there?
Very good. Are there? Good. Very good. Are the public restrooms near here? No, there aren't.
No, there aren't. Any?
Ajá, exactly. No, there aren't any there, okay? No, there aren't any there, okay? But there is a department store. Department store with this.
Department store.
Dice que está sobre Main y la tercera. Main. Mira este. Freeman's Department Store. ¿Cómo se entra en la esquina de?
Sería on the corner of
Main and Third. Exactly.
and Third.
Exactly. There is a department store on the corner of.
On the corner of Main.
Bueno, esa ya está, ¿no, Anita? Nada más pondríamos on the corner of, ¿no? Nada más pondríamos on the corner of. Aquí, on the corner of Main and Third.
And Third, ok. En la esquina de. Ajá.
I'm sure there are. I'm sure there are.
Ahí podría ser, bueno, podría public restrooms o them there.
O más reducido, mira. I'm sure there are some there. Some there, okay. También puede ser todo completo, ¿no? There are some public restrooms there, okay. Pero reducido, there are some there. Viene de aquí. The store.
Inside.
Exactly. Inside
Inside the store.
The store, very good. Thanks. Thanks. And shoe stores near here.
And are there?
Very good. Are there shoe store near here? It says, well, there is.
One.
Very good. On Main. Okay. Second and Third Avenues. Okay, shoe store. Look at this shoe store. Shoe store.
Between.
Exactly.
Rivera shows.
Exactly. Riviera shows. Okay. So it says on Main. Okay.
Between.
Between Second and Third Avenues. But that's about it. Okay. Okay. And one more thing. Okay. Post office near here.
Office around here. Is there?
Exactly. Is there a post office? Is there a post office near here? Actually, there isn't
Any?
any, exactly, in this neighborhood. There is only a mailbox.
Drugstore.
Drugstore, okay. Drugstore. Es drugstore, ok. ¿Y el mailbox? ¿Dónde está?
¿Será el Lady Electronics?
Eddie Electronics. Sí. ¿Qué dice? Dice, there is only a mailbox. The drugstore. The shoe store. The drugstore.
Or Happy Planet Internet Coffee.
Ajá. And the shoe store. ¿A poco este es esta? Okay. There is, one. A ver, espera. Vamos a apoyar. Let me see. Says, there is. Let me see. That one is strange, okay? Oh, there are any issues near here? Is there a post office? Okay. I say that there is only a mailbox, okay? There is only a mailbox outside the drugstore. Outside the drugstore. O sea, fuera de la farmacia, ok. Que se me hace muy pequeñito, pero bueno. Outside the drugstore. Ok. Y luego dice, ok. Opposite the shoe store, ¿no? Opposite the shoe store. Opposite the shoe store, ok.
Okay.
Exactly, Neta. Very good. Very good. Okay, very good. Okay. Okay, I will share the book. Okay, very good. Let's continue on the book. Very good. Okay. Okay, mira. ¿No? Let's repeat, okay. Mira, esta. A jewelry store.
A jewelry store?
Casi, otra vez. A jewelry.
Jewelry.
Very good. A jewelry store.
A jewelry store.
A gas station.
A gas station.
Restaurants.
Restaurants.
Electronics store.
Electronics store.
A convenience store.
A convenience store.
Very good. Mira. ¿Qué será esta? A jewelry store. ¿Qué será? A jewelry
Joyería.
store. Joyería. Very good. Y mira esto. A gas station.
Gasolinera.
Una gasolinera, mira. En Estados Unidos dicen gas station. En Inglaterra, mira, ellos dicen a petrol station. Okay, a petrol, es lo mismo, es gasolinera, nada más que en Inglaterra, ¿ok? Ok. ¿Qué tal esta? Electronic store.
Tienda de electrónicos.
Tienda de electrónicos, very good. A convenience store.
No lo sé.
Es literal, es una tienda de conveniencia. Tiendas, necesita, por ejemplo, tipo Oxxo. Tipo Oxxo es una tienda de conveniencia. A convenience store. Una tienda de conveniencia. Es decir, son tiendas que tienen un horario de servicio muy extendido. Hay algunas que se trabajan toda la noche, ¿no? Y encuentras un surtido de cosas. A convenience store. Ok. So it says, okay, it says, listen and complete the questions, okay? Then ask and answer the questions with a partner. Okay, esto lo voy a poner en el pizarrón para que lo podamos escuchar. Very good. Okay. Ok, entonces, primero lo leemos. Yo leo primero, ok? Are there any nice near your home? Okay, number 20, please. Is there
a around here?
Very good. I read number 3. Is there a in this area? Number 4.
Are there any good in this neighborhood?
Very good. Is there a good near your home?
Are there any around here?
Very good. Okay, so let's listen, okay? First, we listen and then we answer, okay?
Page 55. 3. Speaking naturally. Word stress in compound nouns. B. Listen and complete the questions. Then ask and answer the questions with a partner. 1.
Are there any nice bookstores near your home?
2.
Is there a post office around here?
3.
Is there a furniture store in this area?
4.
Are there any good coffee shops in this neighborhood?
5.
Is there a good department store near your home?
6.
Are there any cash machines around here?
Okay, I will play one more time, okay? Good.
Page 55. 3. Speaking naturally. Word stress in compound nouns. B. Listen and complete the questions. Then ask and answer the questions with a partner. 1.
Are there any nice bookstores near your home?
2.
Is there a post office around here?
3.
Is there a furniture store in this area?
4.
Are there any good coffee shops in this neighborhood?
5.
Is there a good department store near your home?
6.
Are there any cash machines around here?
Exactly. So I'm going to the board, okay? Very good. So what about number 1, Anita? Are there any nice
Near your
exactly
home?
bookstores okay, good, near your home? Number 2, is there a
Post office Around
Very good.
here.
Is there a post office? Very good. Around here. Good. Is there a
Furniture store?
exactly look at this furniture? Look at this
Furniture.
furniture store. Furniture store. Mueblería. ¿No? Very good. Look at this. Okay. Furniture. Okay. Furniture is a good. Yes. Number 4. Are there any good
Coffee shop?
exactly coffee shops in the neighborhood? We look at this coffee. Coffee shops. Okay. Coffee shops.
Coffee shop.
Number 5. Is there a good near your
Department?
home? Exactly. Department store. Very good. Are there any
Cash machine?
cash machines? Exactly. Cash machines
Around
around
here.
here. Very good. Very good. Okay. Okay. Let's see the book. Very good.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. It goes. Okay. So here we have it says getting around. Getting around. Mira, ¿qué será esto de getting around? Getting
Saludando,
around.
around, ¿qué tienes que era around?
Getting around. Okay.
Saludando cerca.
Ok, ahí por ahorita. Getting around es conociendo alrededor. Yendo
Conociendo.
alrededor. Conociendo alrededor de qué? De la ciudad, del vecindario. Ok. Getting around. Okay. Y mira, tenemos ciertas palabras. Por ejemplo, tenemos, mira. Stadium, mira. Stadium. Stadium. Ok. Ya tenemos running path.
Running path.
Running path, ok. Skateboard ramp.
Skateboard ramp.
Very good. Aquarium.
Aquarium.
Symphony hall.
Symphony hall.
Subway entrance.
Subway entrance.
Very good. Entrance. Very good. Fisherman's pier.
Fisherman's pier.
Pier, ok. Sería, ¿y se le puede ver? Ferry terminal.
Ferry terminal.
Very good. Visitor center.
Visitor center.
Ocean hotel.
Ocean hotel. Hotel.
Hotel, Ocean hotel, ok. There's the parking garage.
Parking garage.
Shakespeare theater.
Shakespeare theater.
Yeah, theater. Shakespeare theater.
Theater. Shakespeare theater.
Good. Shopping mall.
Shopping mall.
Museum of Modern Art.
Museum of Modern Art.
Very good. Blue Water Park.
Blue Water Park.
Mira, Rock and Roll Museum.
Rock and Roll Museum.
Okay. Ferry Pier.
Ferry Pier.
Okay. So let's listen, okay, to this people. Okay, me voy a compartir para que nos puedan escuchar. Very good. Okay, please listen, please.
Page 56. Lesson B. Getting around. 1. Building vocabulary and grammar. A. Listen to the conversations above and follow the directions on the map.
Excuse me, could you give me directions to the Rock and Roll Museum?
Sure. Go straight ahead for 2 blocks. You're going to see a ferry terminal. Make a right and go down the street about a block. It's on the left.
Are you lost? Can I help you?
Yes, thanks. Can you tell me how to get to Panther Stadium?
Sure. Go to the end of this block and turn right. Walk up 2 blocks. You can't miss it.
Muy bien. Okay. I am letter A. Okay, and you're letter B. Okay. Excuse me, could you give me directions to the Rock and Roll Museum?
Sure. Go straight ahead for 2 blocks. You're going to see a ferry terminal. Make a right and go down the street about a block. It's on the left.
Okay. Are you lost? Can I help you?
Yes, thanks. Can you tell me how to get to Partner Stadium?
Panther Stadium.
Panther Stadium.
Sure. Go to the end of this block and turn right. Walk up 2 blocks. You can't miss it. Mira aquí, palabras nuevas. Mira, por ejemplo, mira esta. Go straight ahead for. Go straight ahead for. Esa copia en tu cuadrito. Go straight ahead for es vete derecho o váyase derecho por. Go straight ahead for. Vete derecho o váyase derecho por 2 cuadras, ¿ok?
Okay.
Y mira esta. Make a right. Make a right. Eso, Anita. Dobla a la derecha. Make a right. Mira la siguiente. Go down the street. Go down the street. Baja la calle. Baja la calle o vete calle abajo. Go down the street. Baja la calle o vete calle abajo. About a block. Cerca de una cuadra. Cerca de, o por una cuadra.
Okay.
Luego me dice, it's on the left. It's on the left.
Izquierda.
Dice, está a la izquierda, ¿no? Está a la izquierda. Me dice, ya está. Go to the end of this block. Go to the end of this block. Vete al final de esta cuadra. Vete al final de esta cuadra. Y mira, turn right. Turn right. Mira, aquí te dijo make a right. Y aquí te dice turn right. Es lo mismo. Dobla a la derecha.
Okay.
Luego dice, mira, walk up 2 blocks. Camina hacia arriba 2 cuadras. Walk up 2 blocks, ok. Camina hacia arriba 2 cuadras.
Okay.
Mira, luego te dice, you can't miss it. No te lo puedes perder, ok. O no te puedes perder. Muy bonito, ok. Okay, so here, Anita, let's stop here, okay. Here, Anita,
Okay.
any questions, Anita, any problems? Something not clear?
It's okay. Solo veo que pone en las, por ejemplo, que decía, por ejemplo, en la calle tal, pero se pone el on.
Exactamente. On Main Street, on Reforma Avenue.
Ajá.
Exacto. Siempre cuando decimos así, para dar direcciones, utilizamos on. On Main Street, on Reforma Avenue, on Apple Street.
O sea, siempre se le va a colocar el on.
On, exactamente. Si solamente decimos la calle. ¿Sí? Si decimos el número de la calle, sería at 12 Reforma Street. At 11 Apple Street. ¿Sí? Si decimos el número, digamos el número del edificio, sería at 11 Reforma Street. O at 11 Reforma Avenue.
Ok,
Exactamente. Yes.
ok. Estos del on, at, in, se llaman preposiciones.
Preposiciones, exactamente, 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 Aida. Pero para calles solamente se utiliza on y at. Nada más, on y at.
On y at.
Okay. Mañana
Ok.
vamos a ver más lugares del vecindario, más lugares de la ciudad y más preposiciones. Okay.
De acuerdo.
Yes.
De acuerdo, de acuerdo.
Okay, Anita. Thank you very much, Anita. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Thank you, teacher.
Thank you.
Bye,
Take care.
bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye. Thank you. Take care. Thank you.